That's the success. Does this make sense? And so what happens is we don't like the way it feels because just like when a child is growing and has pains in their body, when we are growing as a person in our business, we're having growing pains in our emotions. We don't like the way it feels, so we resist the very thing that can make us the success that we say we desire to be. And so it's really interesting how people give lip service to a life they claim they desire, but they resist the only things that will get them that life, right? Like it's fascinating. If you go to a lot of conferences, which probably all of you do, this Funnel Hacking Live is very different. The whole ClickFunnels community is a very different kind of community because one of the things that separates, I believe, Funnel Hacking Live and the ClickFunnels community from a lot of other learning spaces in the world is you can tell when you're in this environment that Russell Brunson, their staff, the Inner Circle people, the 2CCX people, you can tell that this is an organization, this is a group of people who love the people and use the money. And when you go to a lot of things, what you see is you see a lot of organizations that love the money and use the people, right? But the other part we've got to get in this community, right, is we got to learn to love the process and use the money.
That's good.
Right? See, we're like a part of your challenge is you haven't fallen in love with the process. In fact, you hate the process, but I just do it because it's the only thing that's going to get me the result I desire. Well, as long as that's the way you perceive it, then that's the way you're going to receive it. Or should I say that's the way you're not going to receive it, because you're not going to receive it. Does that make sense? Dalet Mem is blood. The life of the flesh is in the blood. So we are a flesh-like creature. We're a God-like creature with flesh and blood. That's what separates us from animals. You know what the word for a domesticated animal is in Hebrew? It's the word bahema, which means in it is what it is. What does that mean? A horse is a horse is a horse. Okay, sorry. For those of you who are a little older, you get that. So what that means is if you think, like, all you gotta do is think, you don't have to take my word for it, just use your brain a little bit and just think about this. A dog can only do what a dog could do a first day a dog landed on this planet. A horse can only do what a horse could do. Like, how does a horse travel? It can walk, it can run, it can trot, it can gallop, it can swim, or ride with a human. The only way a horse can get around. How does a human get around? You can walk, you can run, you can ride a skateboard, skate, we got scooters, we got bicycles, we got unicycles, we got segways, we got motorcycles, we got cars, we got buses, we got vans, we got boats, we got planes, we got trains, we got automobiles, we got airplanes, we got jets, we've got rocket ships. Human beings are the only thing that God created that use the things that God created to create something to make our lives better. That's what separates us from animals. You can believe you're a higher form of animal, but how in the world does that help you in your business? Interestingly enough, Aleph Dalet Mem, one of the ways that spelling can be pronounced, people want to stage millions of dollars, sometimes millions of dollars in one presentation. I didn't start out that way. My first presentations were painful for me because I didn't make the sale. They were probably painful for the people I was presenting to because they're like, this dude is awful. And see, you're not willing to be awful. Like, see, people think it doesn't work, so they quit and go do something else. You understand, every time you quit the thing that you think isn't working, but really is working on you. Every time you quit the thing that you think isn't working, you realize you have to start over. You realize every time you start over, you have to overcome inertia and recreate momentum. At least if you keep going in a direction that seems like it's not working, at least you have momentum. Momentum is like one of your best friends in business. Like, why would you stop doing what you're doing and go do something else and start over from scratch? That seems kind of silly. So, I did a lot of ranting, so I'm going to drink some water. If anybody has a question they want to ask me while I drink water.